be talking about supplements when it comes to insurance restoration. As a contractor, you need to be supplementing all your jobs. We already know, if you've been doing this for quite some time, quite a few years in the industry, you know that insurance companies, they don't pay for everything up front. They purposely miss some items, or they're just not allowed to do a more thorough assessment on the property. So you want to make sure you're very detailed and accurate when you do an inspection to get all those items. You know, you start missing all these items and you keep letting it through, you're just throwing money away. You're going to be short on the job, and the last thing you want to do is to put a lower quality product on that roof. That's something that we don't never do. We want to put a lot kinder, greater quality. So you want to make sure that you supplement for everything that's needed on that claim. That's a claim that's legitimate. You don't want to be making anything up, of course. But when it comes to supplements, there's a few things that a lot of people miss. For instance, I want to get into like a mod bit, flat roofing materials that's below 212 pitch. In certain areas, you got a Class A fire rating. You got to make sure that you not only supplement for the 3-part system, but also for the waste factor. I see time and time again when I have a mod bit system roof, if it's, let's say it's 2.4 squares, they might only give you 2.4, or they may even round it to 3. But we both know when you're using mod bit system, peel and stick, they have a factory edge that has a sealant. And they have a lot of waste on there, so you need to account actually for that waste factor. And usually what you could do on there is go ahead and account for 15% waste factor on there and round it to the nearest roll. You can't just buy a partial roll of mod bit, so you're going to want to round it to the nearest roll, just like shingles. Insurance company round it to the nearest bundle, 0.33, 0.66, and 0.66 for the install for the majority of the time. So you want to make sure you get those items on there properly. And there's a lot of things on supplements that you could be adding on there. There's cornice returns, for instance. There's time and time again where an adjuster will never add that on there unless I bring it up to them, or unless they know me. They know me, they already know that I'm going to supplement, so they're just going to add it for me right away. It's just going to make the process faster. But cornice returns, you have on there not just for 1-story, for 2-story as well. And when you're doing supplements, you're going to want to use Xactimate software. It's probably the best software out there, just because most of the insurance companies use that nowadays. So if your numbers are accurate and they're the same as theirs, it's going to be very easy to deal with the supplement process. Now, there's other things you could use to build your estimate, and you could get it approved the same way. It's just not going to be as easy, as smooth, and detailed as Xactimate is. Because in Xactimate, you could actually put a bold item on there for whichever ones you're actually supplementing for. Make it very easy for the adjuster to actually find that in the claim. Because if the adjuster can't find it, he's not very detailed, he's just going to call you and it's like, I don't know what's going on. I've had many supplements that I've sent in that I'd never even spoke to the adjuster. I built it in Xactimate. I put everything in bold. I put all my notes in there that needed to be on there, and added required documentation. And next I get an email, and everything's approved that I asked for. It could be $7,000-$10,000 difference what was shorted or not accounted for in the beginning, but because of how detailed it was, they added it, and they actually thanked me of how easy it was for them to actually have the presentation to send it to their supervisor for approval as well. And remember, they need to basically build a file. You can't just call them, hey, this one has space decking, you need to add plywood on there. They need to have those documents, they need to have the code requirements, that language sent to them so they can put it on the file so when they save it. So if they get audited, they have something that's documented properly and said, this is why I did this, or why I allowed for this line item on that roof. So it's to make their job easier. So make sure that you're adding the correct documents and the correct files and photos that they need. But remember, everything needs to be supplemented from bridge, starter, different types of shingles. I've seen shingles missed, like a shake style shingle. Someone just put it as a premium grade shingle. That is incorrect. It actually needs to be the 500 SH plus on Xactimate, which is the shake premium shingle. If you have especially a triple laminate shake style shingle. So you want to make sure that you're using the right codes, using the right line items. Remember, the line item, the price is dictated by which line item you use. You're not going to be able to change it. You're not going to change the price. Insurance is going to have the same software, so they're going to see that if you did change it. But use the correct item for what's on that roof. You could use a gauge. There's many different products out there. The main thing you want to do as a contractor is get familiar with those. Contact with your supplier, meet with those manufacturers, and sometimes introduce new products. New products are always being introduced into the market. So you want to go ahead and get familiar with those. So when you're building a supplement, you're asking for the right amount. Now, Xactimate for the most part has everything. There's a very few small quantity of items that are not on there that you actually need to account for and build a separate estimate, but that is very minimal, very small. For the most part, everything is in Xactimate. So make sure that you go through there, and it's very easy. And we'll have additional videos for you to actually watch later on how to build an estimate using Xactimate. Because with Xactimate, it gets very easy to go in there and start choosing, clicking. I mean, they even have photos. You could actually click on, let's say, on the roof section, or let's say on the siding section, and even click on painting or replacing siding, mass protect. It'll have it all broken down. Or you could do just quick, simple search for that item. So remember, supplements are very important. You're shorting yourself on funds, and you don't want to try to make up for that by reducing the quality of the roof for the customer. You want to put what they deserve, the right product on their roof with the correct products. So remember, use Xactimate, get it done right the first time.